Hello and welcome to a return to our Friday afternoon streams where I'll be doing a bit more playtesting of GRIMLITE. Now this is going to be a bit less thorough than the one we did on Tuesday. I'm not going to be going through every bit of the rules. I am just genuinely playtesting this because it needs testing. But I thought, let's do it as a stream so I can sort of, talk out loud while I'm testing it and look at things that need changing and how things are working as we go. So yeah, thank you for joining me. And today we have got our warband that barely survived Tuesday's game. And the way that your warband works now is you basically you can rebuild the entire warband as you like between battles, except for your leader, who stays the same. You can change their equipment, but the actual leader themselves stays the same throughout the campaign. Now, our leader, we've actually gone for slightly cheaper equipment on him this time, just because of the way that the warband's working. So he's got his hammer, and that's kind of it. And unfortunately, in the last battle, he was declared missing in action. So he's going to be deployed away from the rest of us somewhere on the board that we'll determine shortly. The other survivors from last time, Sephi, our champion, I've upgraded them to have a relic blade, which is a little bit, it has more attacks than the spear that he had before, which will be useful for the scenario that we're playing, but he is lost. So that means that he's going to be delayed getting to the battle. So he's going to sit aside until round 2, at which point he'll arrive on a random board edge. So these two aren't going to be deploying with the rest of the warband. So this is what's left. The survivors from last time, Mr. Smile. We've given him a bit of an upgrade. We've replaced his weapon that he had with an incinerator, which will be very useful for this battle that we're doing today. So he can shoot at lots of different targets very well. And we've got Burke, who is our freelance, and he's the same. He survived the last battle with some scars, but he's not. We've not changed his gear around at all. And because we had a little bit more money, we've not. Rather than replace the two, we had two followers die completely, so they've gone. We decided to spend the points that we regained from them dying on a combination of like better equipment for our other units, but also we have this Pathfinder here, who's going to be good at moving around the board very quickly, sneaking from one point on a board edge to any point on another board edge, on the same board edge, I should say. So if he was here, he could make a move that brought him out here. I mean, it helps that we've got a very, very long map today, very wide map rather. So he's going to be very useful, and he's got a rifle, and he's precise. So hopefully someone who can actually hit a target, which would be nice. And that's our warband. So these are going to be our main lot that are deploying, and we need to put our leader somewhere on the board. Now, I'll come back to that because I'm going to very briefly talk about the horrors. So normally when I'm talking about horror in GRIMLITE now, you're fighting one big horror, and you can't kill them until you've destroyed their nexuses, which are usually like scattered around the map. But I wanted to kind of mess with the design space a lot. So one of the horrors that I've made is not actually a single horror. It's a horde. So there's 4 of them on the board already. And then at the end of each round, one of their nexuses will just be destroyed immediately, and 6 more of them will pop up on the board. And then at the end of round 2, another nexus is destroyed, and 4 more will arrive. And at the end of the 3rd round, the final nexus will be destroyed, and another 6 will appear. Now, you can't kill them until that 3rd nexus is gone. You can knock them down, but you can't kill them. So there's a little bit of weathering the storm for the first 3 rounds. That there is a little sort of end of round event that will help us out, but we'll get to that. But once we can start killing them, we're going to be thinning them down, and when there's only one left, one of these Forsaken left, it will turn into this Forsaken Alpha here, which is the big horror that we actually need to kill. I think this is going to be a very difficult scenario. I wanted to have some horrors in there that are more difficult than others. And we didn't do well against the last horror. But with this one, I think we are going to struggle slightly. The only thing we need to know about these Forsaken is they're not very good. They're, you know, they've got Fierce 5+, but they're just attacking with 1 attack for 1 damage. But the real danger is that at the end of, if anybody ends their turn touching one of these, they take 1 damage. And it's not written very clearly, but I would take it to stack so that if you end your turn touching 3 of these, then you are going to take 3 points of damage. I think that's the only other change. We've got a big map here. Oh, and the other thing is that's just one half of the scenario. So we have our Forsaken half of the scenario. The other half is it's not Beacon. There we go. It's Extraction. So Extraction is quite simple, but also quite challenging. Basically, we're going to deploy from a single board edge, and we'll be deploying from this board edge here. Basically, at the end of the battle, we need to have as many of our units as possible in the extraction zone, which is this grassy clearing here, including this sort of ruined tower. So anywhere on the grass here is the extraction zone, and we're going to get safely taken away before any more of these Forsaken arrive. That's only going to happen when we actually withdraw. So ideally that would be when the horror is dead, you can choose to withdraw. That would be the ideal. But you can also choose to withdraw when you've lost half of your warband. But because we're playing solo, the solo victory condition is that we need to extract at least 66% of our warband, which annoyingly is 4 of the 5 in our warband, because 3 of the 5 would just be 60%. So yeah, it's a tough one today, but we're mainly trying it out. So Judge Berrics, because he's missing an action, he needs to be deployed somewhere on the board out of sight, and normally like your opponent would be doing this. I've just realized there's one too many of these on the board. There we go. I've given these red bases because otherwise I don't stand a chance of spotting them all on the battlefield. So we've got 4 of them on to begin with. He needs to start somewhere out of sight. I'm thinking it kind of makes sense for this to be his little starting area. And then we might just reposition this unit a bit so that he's not in sight. There we go. So he was MIA, but he's here. So let's imagine that the rest of our warband is making a beeline for him to tell him that extraction is on the way, and he needs to get away from his campfire and actually get out of here. So let's go. Oh, I've just realised I've set him up on our own side. Let's put him over here. Let's swap what I just suggested. So we'll put a Forsaken there. Right. So our strategy really, because to begin with, all we can really do to begin with is knock these Forsaken down. But once they're down, they need to roll a 5+ to get back up. So once they're down, they might stay down. And from the end of round 2 onwards, you can see the Nexus effect at the bottom left here. From the end of round 2 onwards, any Forsaken that are down at the end of round 2 and round 3 will be killed. So if we can knock them down and keep them down, then we'll get a little bit of respite there. So I think we want to start by knocking down this one. And I'm going to suggest we don't take any risks. We get our best shot in here. So we're going to deploy our Pathfinder here, who doesn't have a name, so I'm open to name suggestions for this Pathfinder. Everybody else has a name still. And he's going to shoot at this Forsaken here. So he is 4+ precise, and his weapon is 1 × 2. Yeah, it's just a piercer. So he needs a 4+ with a reroll. Great. 2 damage to the Forsaken. Needs 5+ to save. He's down. So let's roll for shock on the Forsaken. 6. Let me get the shock table. Pretty sure I know that 6 is crawl. Oh no, 6 is panic. Attack the nearest target, friend or foe. He won't be doing that. So he's down. So now we kind of want to get away from this guy. So I think actually, somewhat counterintuitively, we're going to use our move. We're going to use the shortcut ability to move over here to this little patch of woods. And then we're going to run up here so that we can use another shortcut next turn. So he needs a 4+ to make his second move. He makes it. So he's now in a place next to him where he's touching this board edge so he can get to wherever he needs to be. Good solid turn there. That Pathfinder is already paying for himself. I think we might want to activate this one. Maybe to try and lure him over. So he can't see any enemies, so he's going to move towards the nearest enemy he can't see, which is our judge. So it's going to be like 1 move to get to there, and then maybe 2 moves to get into contact. So first move is free. He's actually behind this bush here. He's in a little bit of an awkward position, but I'm going to be generous and say that he can get to him in another move if he can make it. So it's 5+. He makes it. So this is a little bit scary, I won't lie. But Thea's 5+. That's 1 damage to our leader, but our leader is tough, so he's got 3+ with a reroll. And now he'll do the reroll. Thank you. So he's fine. The Forsaken will make... no, he won't make a second attack because he's used all 3 actions. Right, now we want to get Berix out of there. So we're going to activate him next. So he's going to... His new hammer is a 2x1 weapon because I wanted to have more attacks. Last time he had like a hammer that did 1 big impact, but we want to be able to potentially knock down multiple Forsaken if we can. So he's making 2 attacks at 3+. 2 hits. This guy's saving on a 5+. He doesn't save, so he's down, and the shock roll is 7, which means no further effect. So he's knocked him down. Now we're going to move away because we don't want to end our turn next to him, do we? So I think we want to get like... Well, we want to get into this extraction zone at some point. So I think we're going to try and like gather our troops in the middle there. So let's say that's a move. So that's his free move. And then he's going to try and get to there, which is 3+. Yeah. So the good thing about this battle is we don't have to worry about missile fire because there's no missile enemies. So it is all about... Oh, fuck, I forgot about this thing. It is all about managing these sort of melee enemies. Okay. Now we're going to activate this Forsaken here. So he's going to run towards the nearest enemy, which is our judge. And then he's going to try and jump over that that blockade, 5+. Oh, they're being surprisingly quick. And then he's going to try and charge the judge, which is 5+. Wow. Now, luckily, this ability, it's only when you end your turn touching them. It doesn't work at the end of the Forsaken turn. But at least, you know, the judge is ready to fight next turn. He's ready to knock another one down. Now, who are we? Yeah, I'm going to put Sephi over here so we don't forget. So where are our enemies? We've got one in this little clearing over here. And then we've got the one that's touching the judge. Let's try and get towards him. So we're going to put Mr. Smile down. And he's going to sprint over here with his move. And then I think we're going to... The rule of thumb is to be generous when looking at cover. So we're going to be generous and say that he has got cover there. So he's attacking with 3 shots. But he's going to need a 5+ to make it. That's 2 hits. And Forsaken is saving on a 5+. Nope, he's down. And the shock roll. 3. Which would be roll or die. It's like bleeding, but these things aren't going to die, so we can ignore that. So that's one action, 2 actions, and then we want to get over here. So he's going to try and run to like this little gap here. You'll need you'll need a 4+ to do that, which he does. Well, I'm not going to say what I was about to say. I was about to jinx it by commenting on whether or not I feel like it's going well. I think this scenario is going to like start off quite calm like this, and then it has the potential, if you have a few bad rolls, I think it'll just snowball. And once we get to the point where we've actually got to kill these things, it's going to be quite tough. So now we'll activate this one here, because hopefully, well, let's see. So with his first action, he'll try and recover on a 5+. I knew it. So that's one action, and then he's actually got a clear run, which is not ideal. He will charge into Mr. Smile here, and then he'll make 1 attack. So 5+ with a reroll. That's a hit. Mr. Smile is tough, so he's got 4+ with a reroll. So he's fine. We've had some. Oh no, he's going to make a second attack. Well, I'll exhaust him now, but he's got 1 attack left. No, he hasn't, because he stood up, then he moved, then he attacked. Yeah, there's been like a couple of times where like that could have easily gone against us, and if he went down there, it would have been a real bad time afterwards. So yeah, we've been quite lucky so far. I think Burke just wants to like get into a decent position, so he's going to stay with Mr. Smile so they can like help each other out. My theory is that they've both got tough, and if they're near each other, they can help each other recover. So even if they get knocked down, they can kind of help each other out. So 1 move to here. We could take a shot, but if we roll a 1, then we're going to hit Mr. Smile, and I don't like that possibility. And we don't want to move into melee with it, because we could well knock it down, but you don't want to end your turn touching it, do you? So we'll go 1, and then we'll try and get in a position to... No, we're going to do what I originally said. We're going to follow Mr. Smile. So 5+ to make the second move. No, and then we'll try again with the third action. Yeah, so we're just getting like... In fact, we are actually going to be touching Mr. Smile, but not touching the horror. So they're both exhausted. And then the final Forsaken is this one. So it needs a 5+ to recover. They're getting very lucky with their recovery rolls here, I will say. I was hoping we could end the turn with all of them knocked down. So the nearest enemy is probably Burke, isn't it? Sorry, it's a little bit woody here. So I think we're going to say like it's 1 move to get into the woods and then 1 move to get out of the woods. So he's going to make his free move into the woods, and then he's got 1 action left to try and move into Burke, needing a 5+. They're rolling very well. They are. So this is turning into a bit of a cluster up here. So that's everyone. So now we will we roll the response, which is now that's the new name for the end of turn event. So we're going to roll the response to see what happens, what extra thing happens, and this could be bad because we've got a few. Oh, there we go. That's actually really good. A random standing Forsaken falls down. So when I need a random Forsaken, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 5, and I'm going to look at it as if I'm reading from left to right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that isn't truly random, but that's life. So he's going to go down. That's good. I'm glad that we had one thing that fell our way. But then we're going to have this next event, which is deploy 6 Forsaken from random points on the board edge. So each one, we can put this in here. Ah, will it really not go? Can I shrink it down a bit? I was hoping we could have it like a little Ludo sphere. Let's try it out. So we're going to take them and put them where this points to, basically. So he's going to start over here. Another one is going to be, I guess this is like right in them woods. Yeah, right in the woods. There is a little arrow there, so that's, he's starting with his buddy over here. They're all coming from that side, which I can't decide whether or not that's good. So I guess that's like here. And we've got one from up, like by these plants. And then there's just one more to come. So that's going to be right here. And that nexus is now destroyed. So we just have to weather 3 more rounds before we can start actually killing them. And on this round, Sephi is going to arrive. I can remove that they are lost now because they're back. In fact, that reminds me, let me get rid of this MIA because we don't need this anymore. Can I remove this chat? There we go. So he's going to deploy from a random board edge. So we get to choose the point, but it's going to be a random board edge. So it's our original board edge he's going to deploy from. And then we can get rid of these exhaustion tokens. And then we'll start round 2. We're going to forget that Pathfinder is there because he's so well hidden. Okay, I think that's all of them. Right, so let's go. I feel like he's a good, reliable choice here. But thing is, we get to choose obviously which order that they act. So this situation here isn't too scary because we can decide how this plays out. This is a little bit scary because I don't like. I suppose we could send Mr. Smile in to melee, but I also kind of want... in fact, Mr. Smile would be great at that because I forgot he has Guardian, which means if an enemy is touching an ally, we basically hit like 2+. I can see the question, is this going to be an expansion to Tabletop Simulator? No, at the moment, this is just like a little miniature war game I'm working on. It's just like a free PDF, and this is all existing like Tabletop Sim assets that I've got from the workshop. So, you know what? Let's do that. Let's get Mr. Smile. We're going to move him here, and he's going to attack this Forsaken here. Now, he's only 4+, and he's not got a melee weapon, but he's going to hit on a 2+ because of his special unit mod. So he hits, and they need a 5+ to save. They don't save. So they're knocked down, and the shock roll is 7, which is nothing special. So these are both down now, so we can move. So he's done one move there, one move there, and we're going to spend our next move getting. We really want to get over here, so he's going to move to the other side of these plants here. Okay, now we're going to activate. I suppose it seems counterintuitive, but we might as well activate these ones because they're going to get a chance to recover because we can't kill them. Oh no, yeah, we can't kill them before the end of the round. So we'll activate this one here and see if he recovers. They're recovering at an absolutely ridiculous rate. So he's going to move. I'm going to be strict here, and it's going to take him 2 moves to get to Judge. So he's going to use 1 move to get to there. And then he needs a 5+ to charge in again. No, he's not going to make it. Because it kind of benefits us to know who's going to be standing so that we can try and shoot them down again. Like, if we leave all those ones till the end, they just stand up and we don't get a chance to, like, react. I'm not worried about this yet. I would like one of these to go down. So I think we're going to use Burke to hop over here. And again, we're going to stick next to Mr. Smile. And Burke has got a clear shot on, let's say, this one here. So he needs a 5+. He does not make it. And then he's going to stay put. Now let's activate this one here. He needs a 5+. Oh, that was a flip. That wasn't a roll. Let's roll. Thank you. I think that's the first one that's like failed to recover. Now I said that we would forget about this guy. So he doesn't have a shot already, but he's going to use his special shortcut thing to move to here. It's a little bit risky. No, you know what? We're going to do him later after they've moved. So we're going to leave him there for now. We're going to bring on Sephi, our champion. And Sephi is just going to try and catch up. So he's going to run to here with his first action. And then he's going to try and run to like here. 4+. No. Try again. No. So he's stuck there. My theory was he can not like tank necessarily, but if he gets a few of them stood next to him, he's got a good chance of knocking a few of them down. So he's going to stay there. Now, I want to get one of these out of the way. So I would like to get this one ideally moved. So we're going to activate him. Now his nearest enemy is... he's 33. Yeah, he's going to go towards Mr. Smile. So it's one move to get through that patch. And then next move we'll try and take him to there. Let's get a few more dice around the table because I'm spending a lot of time scrolling around. So he needs a 5+ to get to there. Nope, and he'll try again. No, so he's going to stay right there. Now that means we can relax a little bit with this guy. So we're going to move him over here. And we're going to take a shot at this Forsaken there, which is a clear shot. And he's 4+ with a reroll. Nope. Yep, that's a hit. And it's 2 damage to this Forsaken. So he'll need 5+ to save. He does not manage that. And his shock roll is a 6, which is panic. So he would attack the nearest target, but there's no one around. And then he has one move left. I think he'll try and move to like there, which needs a 4+. No. Now we're going to try and... yeah, we're going to activate this one to see if he stands up. 5+? No. Good. So we only have our leader left, I think. So we're going to try and knock this one down here. So his weapon has 2 attacks, I think. Yeah, 2 attacks at 3+. That's 1 hit. He's saving on a 5+. He's down. And the shock roll is a 5, which is... thrown, move directly away from the attacker. So he hammers him back into this sort of barricade here. So that was one action. Do we take a risk? I think we have to. So he's going to move here, and then he's going to attack again. He needs a 3+ to hit. He hits, 5+ to save. That was good rolling. And then on the shock roll, oh, One ally gets a free attack on your attacker. Well, they don't because they haven't got anyone that can shoot, so he's just knocked down instead. Now, unfortunately, what this means... Anyone ending their turn touching this unit takes 1 damage, even if they're knocked down. So he needs to save on a 3+. Oh, no, that's not good. So this thing's lashing out at him as it goes down. The shock roll is 8. Fight back. So I could make a free attack against him, but there's no point because we can't hurt him. So our leader is down. But, you know, that's okay. Well, it's not okay if this guy gets up, but I think we have to make some big plays here. So we'll activate this one. He needs a 5+ to stand up. I'm very relieved because that would have been quite nasty. So that's all our units. So let's just look at the unbound units we've got. It's just these 2 that are over here. So I don't think they can really get to anyone. So he's 29 away from our leader. Yeah, so it's... I mean, it's a pretty clear run. I think we're going to say this one, because in general you want to be strict on like long movements. You don't want to be like, oh, well, he's moving here and he snakes around here and then goes... No, it's got to be in a straight line. So I don't think this guy can get there in 1. But this one I think will. So he's there, and then he's going to attack Burke. So it's 5+ with a reroll to hit. That's a hit, and Burke has 5+ save with a reroll. Nope. Thank you. Second attack against Burke, 5+ with a reroll. Nope. Thank you. Again, that was a bit scary. And then this one is going to... He's not going to be able to make it in 1, but he's going to move there, and then he's going to try... So 5+ if he can make it. No, and he'll try last time. No. So I won't bother with that because that's everyone now. So let's get rid of our exhaustion. And then we're going to roll the reaction. I think that's everyone. There's going to be so many little guys on this board. We're gonna forget someone at some point. Oh, I think that's the same one as last time. A random standing Forsaken falls down, so we'll stick with the same method. So 1. So who's closest to the top left? I think it's this one. He falls down. And then, this is what we were waiting for. Any Forsaken that are down are taken out. So these ones... Gone, 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 gone. So what, that leaves 2 on the board? We've done it right there. There's one in these woods, isn't there? No, I'm sure there was one that was just like in the woods. Here we go. There's one in the woods here, but I'm just going to move him here so it's not quite as invisible. So there's 3 left on the board. And we can now destroy that nexus. And these 4 will deploy from random points on the board. I'm not going to bother with the whole the tower. So that's pretty clear. I'm like perhaps bodging it slightly so that they are in a position where we can see them. What are you? Oh, so they've come in pairs. They're moving hertz. Right. So we've got that. Let's get these facing the right way. It's quite important. So this is quite bad for our Pathfinder here. He's suddenly beset by these horrors. But at the end of this next round, same's going to happen again, where all the horrors that are down are going to die. And after that's gone, we can just start killing them outright. So we can start finishing them when they're down, or we might just get some instant kills from the shock roll. So, my instinct is to get our leader up. And they're tough 3+, which means they can reroll. Let's do it. Let's not think about it too hard. Get up. So he needs 3+ with a reroll to stand up. So lucky. So he gets up just about. And what I need to remember about our leader, actually, which we didn't use that much last game because it didn't really come up. He has a special thing that fires at the end of every turn. At the end of his turn, sorry. So at the end of my turn, we can pick one enemy that we can see, and any of our allies that can shoot at that enemy or fight that enemy, do so, like a free extra attack. So if we could see this one here, we could actually have Burke make an attack, and potentially Mr. Smile could shoot. Or... I feel like getting a free attack in over here would be good. So actually... we spent one action to get up. We'll do our free move to like get past this tree. And then I don't know. Do we want to get to a point. Let's take that move back. So we've got 2 actions left. We want to get to a point where we can see one of these so we can give our Pathfinder a free attack, but we don't want to just put ourselves in the middle of nowhere for no reason. I guess if we go over here, then it's 1 move into the water and 1 move out the water, so we're getting into the extraction zone. So let's do it. So 1 move to there, and then our second move to there needs a 3+. Thank you. And then his turn's over, but he uses his condemn ability, and he will condemn this. Well, either really. This one here to death. So anyone that can see it... Oh, actually... You know what? We're going to condemn this one. Because then we have 2 units that can see it. We have our Pathfinder. And Mr. Smile can just about see. He'll get a cover save. But... So let's do this one. So, 4+ with a reroll. Nope. Thank you. And that's 2 damage. 5+ save. No, it's down. And its shock roll is 5, which is thrown. Move directly away from the attacker. So he's knocked back to here and goes down. And we don't need that extra attack. So that was good as a freebie. So next we will activate... I think weirdly we might want to... No, we don't want to activate that one yet. We might want to do one of these. So let's get that scatter die out of the way. We'll do this one because we've got another weird situation where this guy can run straight over, probably. But he's going to move to there. And then he's going to try and get to Burke, which is a 5+. No, and then he'll try again, 5+. So he does get there with his second action. So Burke is getting a little bit swamped here. But this might not be a bad thing. Because now we're going to activate Mr. Smile. Yeah, let's do it. So Mr. Smile is going to move to like here. And then he's going to shoot. And 2 things are going to happen here. He has his incinerator, which means he can shoot twice per turn, but not at the same target. So he can put... Normally you can only shoot once per turn, but we can put like all our shots into this guy, and then with our third action, put a second round of shots into this guy. And because we are a Guardian, we attack at 2+ versus enemies that are touching our ally. So this is like the dream scenario here for Mr. Smiles. So let's get 3. It's an incinerator, so let's get some nice fiery dice here. So we need a 4+ to hit. And we don't want to get any 1s because they will hit Burke. So that's 1 hit on the first. Oh, no, sorry. They're all hits because it's 2+. And he'll be needing a 5+ to save. Wait, he only fails on 1, but that still counts. And the shock roll is 11. So it goes down. What does 11 mean? Savior. An ally you can see makes a free move. Oh no. That means this one is going to make a move. I don't know if he can make it all the way, you know. No, I'm going to say he's moving to there. But he can't get all the way there in one go. Then, Mr. Smile's second lot of attacks. 2+ against that guy. Let's use these dice here. Oof. So 2 hit the enemy, but 1 is going to hit Burke. Let's see how the enemy gets on. 5+ saves. No. Shock roll. 7. Nothing special. Down. Now Burke is going to take 1. He's got a 5+ save. Oh, that's not great. And the shock roll. 7 is nothing special. So Burke does go down, but you know what? I think he's just blasted this whole area with fire. So like, it's fine. Great. So Mr. Smile is done. And then we're going to activate this unit here just to see if he's going to get up. 5+. No. Mr. Smile is, I think, is like perfectly equipped for this Forsaken issue. I did sort of build him for this purpose today. So let's try and get up with Burke. So he needs a 5+ to get up, but he's tough, so he can re-roll it. No. Oh, come on. And you know what that means. He ends his turn touching 2 Forsaken. So he's going to take 2 points of damage. Right, Burke, you may well have lost it here. He needs 5+. That is terrible. He is dead. So Burke, I'm sorry. I mean, he is pretty terrible. I don't know if I'm going to bring him back next time because his tough hasn't helped him once. He's like failed every reroll he's done, I think. And he's no good at shooting. He's just a bit of a pain. Although I guess here he drew some aggro, I guess, so we were able to torch these 2. Okay, let's activate this one because he's gonna do it anyway. So he's gonna move into Mr. Smile. And he's going to make 2 attacks. 5+ with a reroll. No. Second attack. 5+ with a reroll. 1 damage. He's 4+ save. He's tough, so we can reroll it. So Mr. Smile is wounded. And the shock roll is 8, which is fight back. So he's going to get a free attack against his attacker. So that's cool. So 4+ to hit. 5+ save. Shock roll. So he's down, sorry. Shock roll is 4, which is the attacker gets a free move or attack. Well, there's no point because... Oh, you know what? He's going to make a free move because... well, no, because he's down. This is one of those weird like nested actions where it's like, what order does it happen? But... I don't think it matters too much, so he's down. And that is the end of this whole cluster. And the good thing is, like, these are all going to die at the end of the turn. This is a little bit scary. Let's use our Pathfinder. So he's going to shoot at this Forsaken here. So 4+ with a reroll. Brilliant. 5+ save. Nope. Shock roll. 10. Perform a free action. Well, I guess his free action is going to be moving towards him before he goes down. And then he's going to use his move to... I think move to like here. No, you know what? He's going to use his move. So he was here. So he shot, and then he's going to move to here with his shortcut ability. And then he's going to try and make one final move to get up next to his leader here. So it's actually 3+ because he can see his leader. There we go. It's always good to have someone to help you recover if you get taken down. And now they've got a nice river between them and the baddies. So it's... remember that one that was in the woods that I said I was going to forget? Where's he? It's down there, isn't it? Oh, we still have Sephi. Let's get Sephi over to help Mr. Smile. So he's not going to be able to get all the way over there. So he's going to do a move there. 4+ to get to the side of that shrub. No, try again. There we go. So he's in the extraction zone at least. Now, this unit here. He's 17 away from him. He's going to go for Mr. Smile. So we're going like 1 move to get to here. 5+ to get to the other side of these shrubs. Nope. Try again. Nope. And then these are both going to try and get up. So 5+. Nope. And a 5+ for Disco. Oh, he will. Let me just exhaust this one before I forget. So he's going to try and go over here. So he's spent 1 action to get up, 1 action to move here, and another one to go into the water. No. So that's everyone. So we can delete all these exhaustion tokens. Is that really all of them? Okay, and then we're going to get our reaction. A 2 would be nice. 4. We've been lucky so far. All Forsaken make a free move, even if they are down. Well, you know what? I'm not going to move the ones that are down, because they're going to die in a minute. So, all the other ones make a free move. So he goes into the water. This one here gets into the clearing. And is that all that's left? Oh, and this one here. Did I? I don't know if I did move this one. We're going to do his turn really quickly because that's the one in the woods that I forgot. So 1 move to get to there. Another move to get to like here, I guess. And we'll try again. 3. So no, he's fine. So he's going to make a free move now as part of this reaction. So he's now close enough to charge Beric's next turn. Let's clear these dice off the table. This isn't very... It's all good for like making rolls, but we're ruining the whole aesthetic of this table. And then any Forsaken that are down are taken out. So gone, gone, gone. Gone. I think that's it. So there's 2 here, 1 here. There's just 3 on the board. But the final 6 now are coming on. We can delete that. But now that Nexus is destroyed, we can start killing them. So that's 1 from over here. And in fact, we need to kill them because we're not going to know where the alpha is until we kill the last one. I mean, so far I'm enjoying this scenario. It's not... I'm going to jinx it by saying it's not as tough as I thought it was going to be, but there is a lot of luck in this game. Like, there's no question, because you're dealing with relatively small number of dice rolls, some of which are like life or death rolls. So with a big game like 40k where you're firing like 30 shots, any kind of jankiness can kind of balance itself out a little bit because you've just got so many numbers that... Not jankiness, but like the randomness of the dice. So if you reach rolling like 300 rolls every game, then you're probably going to roll a similar number of 1s and 6s each. Whereas in this game, it feels like there's so much fewer rolls, but they are also dead important because like your leader could just die on turn 1, which is kind of, you know, it's part of the whole drama that I was going for. So I think that's it for the Nexus events. Let's see. Yeah, so there's not going to be any more responses now. So at the end of each round now, we don't do anything. We're just trying to win now. And remember, we want to be in here. And for that extraction thing, we're actually on track for the extraction because we've lost Burke. But if we can end the battle with everyone else in this extraction zone, then we're good. So there's a lot of Forsaken around. And we can't, the thing is that they're actually a little bit, in a way, they're tougher now because we can't rely on just knocking them down and waiting for them to die. Let's use Sephi. Sephi is going to run to here, where I'm going to be generous and say that he is touching Mr. Smile and this Forsaken, so he's jumped in between them. And he's going to attack with his Relic Blade, which is 3 attacks with 4+ with a reroll. So we've given him like a really, really good melee weapon now. But he needs them rerolls, doesn't he? So 2 damage, 5+ to save. Oh, they're not messing around now. And then he'll try again with his second attack. So it's 4+ with a reroll. This time it's 2 hits, 5+ to save. So he's down, and the shock roll is 7, which is nothing fancy. Now what's the bad news? The end of his turn, and he's touching a Forsaken, so he's going to take 1 damage. 4+ to save. Thank you. That was very silly of me to put you in that position, Sephi. I am sorry. Okay, now we're going to move this one here. So he's going to move to there. 5+ to get into the stream. 5+ to exit the stream, and oh, not quite. And now we're going to use Mr. Smile here, and he's going to try and get back up. So he's 4+ with a reroll, but he's touching an ally, so it's actually 3+ with a reroll because he's tough. So he's up, that's 1. With his second action, he's going to move over here. And then he's got a clear shot on these 2 with his Incinerator. Now he hasn't got 2 actions left, so he can't fire two different attacks, but he's going to put 2 attacks on this one and 1 attack on this one. Because you can split your attacks up. It's like surprisingly difficult to get into a situation where you can do that effectively, really. So we're going to do the 1 attack against this one in front first. So he needs a 4+, he misses. And he's putting 2 attacks into this one behind, which is 4+. 1 hit. 5+ save? No. And the shock roll? That's bleeding, so he's got to roll a 5+ or he's dead. He's gone. A 1-shot kill. We're just going to straight up delete him. So that was good. Good going there, Mr. Smile. So, Mr. Smile, who shall we activate? So we've got these 2. Let's do this one over here, otherwise I'm worried I'm going to forget that he exists. So he's going to be going for Sephi. So it's like 1 move to here. Another move into the woods. 5+. Yep. And another roll to get into contact with Sephi. Oh, he does it. Right. That was some swift movement there. So he's exhausted and Sephi is exhausted. We might as well activate this one here because we need to know what's going on with him. So 5+. No. You could argue that he's got an ally next to him, but it was not a good enough roll anyway. So this lot are all done. Where are the other threats? We've got these 2. And then it's these 2 over here. Let's do these. So this guy I think is going to go like 1. So it's like 1, 2. It's 3 moves to get to him. So he's not going to do it, but he'll do his first move for free. 4 plus to get to 5 plus to get to there. He doesn't make it. 5 plus again. He does not make it. Now we have our pathfinder. We want to use this condemn ability really, so we want to end our turn being able to see another one of these. And if it's this one, it'd be good to get one that 2 of our units can see. So if we can get this one, that's quite good. Let's do that. So let's move him straight into contact with the enemy. So that's 1 move. For his action, he's gonna take a swing at this guy. 3 plus, 1 hit, 5 plus save. He makes it, and then he's going to try again. 3 plus to hit. That's a 2. 5 plus save. Oh no. So this guy is going to do 1 damage. 3 plus save. Oh, come on. And the shock roll. Oh no, so that's a double, which means it's a kill. So our judge is killed by one of these puny Forsaken. But for his last gasp, he can perform a free action. So he's going to take 1 last swing at this guy before he goes down. Yeah, Arbrick says about the reroll for being tough, I guess. But tough only really protects against, like, fight actions, and that's like automatic damage, this hazard thing, because you could see it different ways. Like, it's kind of written that it could be like a kind of radiation that's damaging you for being nearby. So he won't get a reroll for that damage, unfortunately. But he will hit this thing twice. It will fail one of its saves, and the shock roll. Come on, let's kill this thing. 7. Oh. So he's just down, and our leader is killed. So extraction is now off the cards. All that we can really do is kill the horror. See, this is what I mean about how quickly things can change in this game. So that was our leader. I guess we'll activate this one over here. So he's going to follow kind of the same path here, where it's like 1. So he's got like a straight line. 5 plus to get there. Nope. Try again. 5 plus. No. So, and we don't get to use his end of action, end of turn thing, which would have been really good. So let's get our Pathfinder over here, where he's got a clear shot on this one. So it's 4 plus with a reroll. No. There we go. I'm worried the dice are starting to turn on us. 5 plus to save, no. And the shock roll is a 6, which is panic. Attack the nearest target, friend or foe. Well, he can't, because he's not touching anyone. So he's just down. So that was 1 action, 2 action. Can I stand up on here? No, that's asking for trouble. He will like dart behind here if he can. So he needs a 4 plus. No. Let's do this Forsaken here. 5 plus to stand up. Nope. So Sephi is up, but like swamped. Mr. Smile is done, and our Pathfinder is over here. And I think that's... oh no, we've still got these 2. So this one's nearest enemy that he can see. He can't see anyone, so he's got 38 to get to him, and Sephi is actually closer, so he's going to move into the water and needs a 5 plus to get out. No, and he'll try again. No. The good thing about them is they're usually slow, but again, it is so unpredictable, which is by design, but I am going to still complain about it. But I'm complaining knowing full well that it's me that did that. So this guy's going to be trying to move towards Sephi as well. So I guess it's like 1, and then it would be 2, 3. So let's try his second move. Oh, he makes it. And to get into contact with Sephi, no. Okay. That's that. So we'll delete all of our exhaustion tokens. And then on the next turn, I'm just making sure we've not missed anyone. On our next round then, we need to be killing these things. So what we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them around and 3 units. So we need to be killing them, but I think we need to focus on the ones that are already down, but it's getting tricky because they're all closing in now. Mr. Smile is kind of our secret weapon here. So let's do Sephi first, because we could do with knocking this guy down. So he's got 3 attacks with his weapon. The good thing is we've got 3 units left, but they're all good units. So he needs 4+ with a reroll to hit this one that's standing up. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can move away, because you can't move freely when someone's touching you. So 3 attacks, but you can if they're down. They don't lock you in if they're taken down. 5+. Saves, no. Shock roll, 10. We could do with like getting a double shock roll on one of these to get like an instant kill. That would be nice. Perform a free action. So this thing's going to attack us as he goes down. So 5+ with a reroll. That's a hit. And then 4+ save. He made the save. Sorry, I spun that before I knew what I was rolling, but we did get it. So that was his first action. Should we try 2, 3? We're putting ourselves in a bit of danger there, but he's going to come for us anyway. You know what? Let's go 2, and then we're just going to stay there. We're going to be a little bit more tactical now. In fact, I'm going to actually put you like behind Mr. Smart, because he can take the hits a bit more. Right, we'll activate this one, I guess. So now we don't just want to roll the ones that are down, because we want to finish them off before they can get up. So this one is going to move out of the water, and then it's still 2 moves for him to get there. So he'll need a 5+, nope, and a 5+ again. So he does get to like here. Now, this Pathfinder is in a bit of a nasty place up against this rock. Now, Mr. Smile, this is your moment to shine. So he's going to move to like here to get a clear shot. And he's going to use his first attack to split 3 shots between these 2. So 2 shots to the one on the left, needing a 4+ to hit. Both hit. Needs to save on a 5+. No, he's dead. Then 1 shot on this guy with a 4+, and he needs a 5+ to save. Oh no, I thought we were going to have like a proper triple kill in 1 round. So he's fine. And then because of his incinerator, he can shoot again, but not at the same target. So we'll put all 3 into this one next. 4+. Wow. Needs 5+ on the save. Nope. Shock roll. 5. Thrown directly away from the attacker. So we throw him back against that tree. So that was good. We'd like more of that sort of thing. That's all our units active now. So now it doesn't really matter which way around we do it. So let's get this one up. So 5+. I shouldn't have said let's get him up. Let's not get him up. Then he's going to move here and attack, needing a 5+ to hit with a reroll. Nope. Reroll. Nope. Now this one needs a 5+ to stand up. Oh, come on. and then he can get into touch here, and 5+ with a reroll. Nope. That's one hit, but Mr. Smile is 4+ with a reroll, so it's fine. Now this is a bit more worrying. So this one's going to use one move to get past this hedge, and then he needs a 5+ to get to him. No, and he'll try again. No. Now can this one recover? Nope. And can this one recover? No. So I think that's everyone. No, we've got this one in the river here. There's not any over here, is there? No, so there's just this one over here. I can't remember who this one was going for previously, but it's going to be Mr. Smile. So one move to get out of the river. And then he's actually got a pretty straight run here if he can make a 5+. Nope, and he'll try again. No. So that's everyone. So I'm not going to say that was a good round because our leader died. But considering our leader died, I'm not as filled with doom as I would have been. So what have we got? Let's look at the state of play here. There's 3 standing here, 2 standing here, and 2 that are knocked down. This is why I wanted like a cheap unit like Burke, just to be able to run around and hit units that are already down, because when a unit's down, if you can get into like melee, then it's actually like, it's not that bad. Okay, I think this is going to turn into a melee here, which isn't a disaster. So Sephi, get in there. 1. For the second action, attacking with all these. 4+ with a reroll. Doesn't need it. This thing's getting 5+ to save. Nope. And the shock roll. 11. Where are my doubles? An ally gets a free move. Oh no. But at least this one is down. But do I finish this one, or do I try and... Because he's going to take 1 damage because he's only got 1 action. Oh, hang on. Let's be clever here. So we can split our attacks. We're going to have 2 attacks against this guy and 1 attack against this one on the ground. So against the grounded one, he needs 3+ with a reroll. Come on. Sephi, I was trying to do something cool here. For this one, he needs 4+ with a reroll. This is disastrous. 1 hit. Okay. And saving on a 5+? No. Shock roll. Come on, you can redeem yourself with a good shock roll. Oh. Save or die. 5+. Thank you. That one is dead. So you kind of did something cool, but then you've also just left yourself touching this one. So it's going to take 1 damage. So 4+ save. Nope. Shock roll. 6. Panic. Attack the nearest target, friend or foe. Well, he's only got 1 that he can attack. So as he goes down, he will get 1 last attack in on that guy. So this might work out all right. 3+ with a reroll. Doesn't need it. 5+ to save. Nope, he's dead. Okay, right. So that was eventful, but not disastrous. And all the Forsaken are now like in a nice close area. So we've got 1 over here and a shitload over here. So if we wanted to be really fancy, we could like use this guy's shortcut to get over the other side of the river and like kite them around a bit. But for now, we need to activate someone. So let's activate one of these ones. So 5+ for that one to get back up. Oh no. 1 move to get into position, and then 1 final move to charge. They do make it, which is bad because it's going to make it harder for us to move away. I think it's such a shame we couldn't kill this one because Mr. Smiles, they're both tied up and they're both like ranged units, so it's a bit of a pain. let's be clever. We're going to try and move away. So we need to get 4+ to move like here. Yes. Now we're going to need a 4+ to get to like here. No, and we'll try one more time. Thank you. So he's touching the edge. So it just gives us a little bit of protection. So now let's activate this one. So what, he's actually got a bit of a funny route to get here. So we might have to go like 1, 2, 3. So he does one move there. 5+. And then 5+. How can these fucking zombies make all their moves? Oh, right, okay. It's fine. It's not too bad. Now I kind of want to get Mr. Smile over here so he can shoot at these two, but I feel like I've used up all my... We might as well try one move. So we're going to try and move over here with the 4+. Incredible. So he runs over here. He's got line of sight to those two, I would say. So he's going to use his first incinerator shot on this one. So 4+ to hit. No, just the 1. 5+ save. And then second round of shots against that guy. 4+ to hit. 5+ save. Just the 1. And the shock roll. Let's get a double. Come on. 6. So 6 is panic. But there's no one for him to attack. So he's just down. Okay. I guess, strictly speaking, sorry. I should be fair and say it was that one. No, hang on. What am I saying? Yeah, it was that one that I shot down. Okay. And then I guess we'll accept that this one is going to come for Mr. Smile. So he's going to move in. 5+ with a reroll. So 1. Oh, so his first attack misses. Now 5+ with a reroll. That's a hit. Mr. Smile is 4+ with a reroll. I'm aware that was a terrible roll because it just spun around, but I'm going to take it. It's the auto roll button in, you know, tabletop sim. I'm not going to be held responsible for it. And we forgot Mr. Smile is exhausted. And now we just have these two left. So I guess this one's going to try and go like 1, 2. So he needs a 5+. Nope. And try again. Nope. And then this one will try and get it with the 5+. No. That's everyone. Right, we can do this. Have faith. Next turn. Sephi, get up. 4+. I'm so glad that worked. That would have been... Our whole turn hinges on this working. Second action is going to move to here. Third action, he's going to kill this Forsaken here. I know he's going to take damage probably, but we need to free up Mr. Smile so he can get his gun out. So it's 4+ with a reroll. 2 hits. 5+ save. Nope. And shock roll. 8. Fight back. Attack your attacker. So he goes down. But then he's going to attack us. So 5+ with a reroll. Phew. So Sephi is exhausted. And he is going to take 1 damage because he's next to the Forsaken. So 4+ save. Thank you. He saves. Now let's activate. Oh, there's no good choices here because we don't want these to stand up because we want to run in and finish these off if we can. I think we need to just take a risk. So this one here, 5+. And then he's going to move to here. And then he's going to try and roll a 5+ to get into contact here. No. Now Mr. Smile is going to move here. And he's going to go shoot on that one first, and then he's going to shoot on that one second. This incinerator is potentially too good. So 4+. Yeah, okay, it's not that good. And then 4+ on this one over here. But he's touching one of our allies, so it's actually 2+. Unfortunately, that one is going to hit our ally. So he needs a 4+ to save against that. No. Okay, so he is damaged. Let's see if the Forsaken is damaged as well. They're both damaged. Let's do our shock roll. Well, let's put us both down. Our shock roll first. 10. Perform a free action. Let's it's a slightly tricky situation, but we will try and attack this guy here. So it's 3+ because he's down, and he'll miss. And now we need to do the shock roll for this Forsaken. It's a double. He's dead. Right. Okay, that was not a total disaster. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. When there's only one, it will turn into this thing, and then we're in trouble. Okay, who are we going to activate? We'll activate... I mean... No, we'll activate this one here. So 5+ to stand up. Good. And now we'll try and stand up with him. He needs a 4+. No. Then we might as well act with this one. So he's going to move here. And he's going to attack 4+ with a reroll. Oh, it's actually, yeah, it is 4+ with a reroll. Okay, and he's going to attack again, 4+ with a reroll. Oh. And our Pathfinder needs 4+ to save. He does, so he stays alive. And then the last Forsaken is this one here, which needs a 5+ to recover. Not good. He's going to attack Sephi. 5+ with a reroll. That's one hit. Sephi's saving on a 4+. Sephi's down. And then 8 is fight back. So Sephi's down, but he can make an attack against this one here. So 4+ with a reroll. With a reroll, sorry. No. And then 5+ save. And then the shock roll. 8, is that the same? Fight back, attack your attacker. So he's going to make a free attack against Sephi. 4+ with a reroll. No. And now we're back to his... Oh no, he's not going to make another action because he's down. So that's the end of his turn. He's going to try and recover, sorry. So 5+. Okay, right, fine. It does get a bit messy with these like chained actions. One of my notes was to like see if I could reduce the amount of chained actions that occur. Or I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one. I don't know quite how I stand on it yet. I like it in many ways, but it can get a little bit tricky. Okay, I think that's everyone. Yeah. So let's send Mr. Smile into the water, and then he's going to use his incinerator. He's got an open shot on that one and that one. So 3 attacks on, let's do this one first. Wow, 3 hits. 5+ save. No, dead. And then yeah, I think we do want to shoot at him because it's 2+. Did this one. Let's see if we're going to kill our own guy. He needs a 4+ to save. Phew. Right. And it was one hit on the Forsaken. Oh, sorry, it was 2. Well, he failed his save anyway. There you go. And let's get our shock roll. 11. Savior. One ally you can see makes a free move. No, because that ally's not going to want to... Oh no, this one will. So he's down, but this one's rushed in. Okay. Now, it's not good for us to activate any of these, but we might as well... Might as well hope that this one doesn't recover. So he needs a 5+. Of course he recovers. And now he's going to make 2 attacks at 4+ with a reroll. Okay, and then a second attack at 4+ with a reroll. That's a hit. Pathfinder needs 4+ to save. He does not. He is dead. So we're down to Mr. Smile and Sephi. So we could choose to withdraw at the end of this round. Well, I'll tell you, let's get to the end of the round, then I'll talk about how that works and that decision when we get to it. So Sephi needs to roll a 4+ to stand up. He does. He's rolling 3 attacks against this thing, 4+ with a reroll. And this thing's got a 5+ save. Not enough. And the shock roll is 7, which is nothing special. His third action, he's going to attack again, so it's 3+ with a reroll. That's just 1 hit, and it needs a 5+ save. Come on. I thought we had that one then. Ugh. Okay, and then we'll... Oh no, sorry, that one was already exhausted, and then he's exhausted, and now these two... No, sorry, one of them was exhausted, and then this one is going to move into the river, and then he's going to try and get to Mr. Smile, which he will. God. Oh, that wasn't the right button. So he's getting 1 attack in on Mr. Smile. It's a hit. Mr. Smile saving on a 4+ with a reroll. With a reroll. Thank you. So it's the end of the round. There are 3 of these left. Now I feel like we could kill them, and then this thing's going to come out, and we have to try and kill this thing. Which we could just kill this thing with a lucky shot. Like we might get lucky with it. Or we've destroyed 3 nexuses, so we're going to get like 1 point of renown, and we're going to get 1 point of renown for that. No, 2 points, sorry. One for destroying 1 nexus, another one for destroying all 3 nexuses. So we're going to be gaining 2 renown. If we kill this thing, we get another point of renown, and we've got more stuff we can buy, and some prestige. So it is good to kill the horror. But do we want to risk being without Mr. Smile in the next battle? I think we fight on. I think it's the only way. You know, especially as we're playtesting. So, I think Sephi, let's do you first. 3+ with a reroll. Come on, this should be an absolute formality. 5+ saves. No, it's dead. So that was 1 action. For his second action, he's going to move into the river. And for his third action, he's going to try and get up close to Mr. No. And now we're going to use this one. So he's going to get into the river. So one of these two is going to turn into this thing at some point. He's going to move. He's going to try and move up to here, I guess. He doesn't have a way to get straight stuck in. And then 5+. Okay. Now here's the thing. The rules aren't entirely clear about what would happen if I were to, with Mr. Smile, if I were to kill both of these. But I think like the second one of these dies, the other one turns into this. So you can't like cheat the scenario by killing them both simultaneously. And it's not that clearly written, but my intent is if the last Forsaken was down, when it transforms into this, it's standing up again. So here's what we're going to do. Mr. Smile is going to try and move back with the 4+. And then he's going to try one more time. He's going to try just punching this one, because what other choice does he have? He needs 4+ to hit. Mr. Smile having a horrible time in the river. He's not built for amphibious warfare, it seems. And now this Forsaken is going to have his turn, so he needs 5+ to hit Mr. Smile. Mr. Smile saving on a 4+ with a reroll. Thank you. Second attack. He hits 5+ with a reroll. Sorry, 4+ with a reroll. He's fine. So I think that's good in a way, because I would like to get away from this thing, but we know that it's going to turn into that, so right, here's what I'm thinking. Sephi, move into contact with that one. Can Sephi get into contact with both of them? No, not really. So, Sephi, you're going to kill this one. 4+ with a reroll. 5+ save. Let's try again. 4+ with a reroll. 5+ save. It's down. And the shock roll. 5. Panic. So he's going to attack us as he goes down. 5+ with a reroll. Good. Okay. Now, Mr. Smile is going to try and move back to here. He needs a 4+. Thank you. He's out of the water now. His servos can work correctly. So I'm just going to spread these out so I can see who's touching who. So these two are touching. So he's going to attack this one first. So he needs 4+ to hit. 5+ save. Ugh. And then for his second attack, he's going to attack this one here. So it's 2+ to hit, but 1s are going to hit our ally. So they all hit the target. 5+ to save. He is dead. And you know what that means? It's not ideal, but this guy pops in. We found the alpha. And unfortunately, he's not exhausted, so he's going to act this turn, which is a bit scary. He was definitely closer to Sephi because we moved him back, didn't we? So he's going to move into Sephi. What's his attack? 4 times 1. And it's 3+ with a reroll. Let's get these dice. So 3+ with a reroll. Oh, hang on, wait. I messed that up, but I think there were 2 misses. They all hit. Sephi needs 4+ to save. No. And the shock roll. It's a headshot. So this thing just like erupts out of the last of the Forsaken, moves over to Sephi and like rips his head off. Maybe not, because we'll have to roll on the casualty table afterwards, but he is definitely out. And then that means for his last action, he's going to move into contact with Mr. Smile. So it's a one-on-one. It's a one-on-one battle now. So let's go. Mr. Smile. He's going to try and step back. He's going to try and step back again. 4+. He's going to attack with his shitty melee attack, which is 4+. Mr. Smile has completely choked in terror. And the alpha's going to be rolling 3+ with a reroll. Mr. Smile is saving on 4+ with a reroll, so it's not too bad. But it doesn't matter. One of them gets through, and the shock roll is 8. So Mr. Smile goes down, but 8 means he can fight back. He needs a 4+ to hit. Hang on, whoa, ignore that. He needs a 4+ to hit. No, come on, Mr. Smile is terrible. 2+. He hits with all his attacks. Mr. Smile needs to save on all of these or he's dead. He gets the reroll for being tough. Can he do it? He survives. I'm not going to bother with exhaustion tokens because we know it's him then us. Right, next round we need to stand up 4+ with a reroll. We're up. We're going to try and move back 4+. No, he can't quite make it. He's going to attack with his... oh, no. He's going to move and attack us. 3+, he doesn't need the reroll. 4+ with a reroll for our save. Nope, he's down. The shock roll is 9. Crawl, make a free move. Yeah, he's going to, like, crawl away. But the Forsaken... Did the Forsaken move? No, he didn't, did he? So he just follows us up with his last action. It's a new turn. Mr. Smile, come on. 4+ to get up. All we need to do is get a 4+ to stand up. And we can re-roll it because we're tough. There you go. And then we need to get a 4+ to be able to move back so we can actually shoot this thing. It's not going to work. He's attacking us. He's getting 3+ with a reroll. We're saving on a 4+ with a reroll. Nope. Getting deja vu here. And the shock roll is 5. Thrown. He's just like chucking us around the map. So that was his first attack. Then he's going to move in and he can make a second attack against us. 2+ with a reroll. Just the 3. 4+ with a reroll to save. It was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Mr. Smile is dead. The horror lives. But let's get our little campaign sheet up. You gain 1 point. 1 point of renown for destroying at least one nexus. You get 1 point of renown for destroying all 3 nexuses, and you would get a 3rd point of renown for killing the horror, which we didn't do. So we're just going to get 2 renown. Prestige, you get 1 prestige for the objective, which was extraction, which we definitely did not do, and another prestige for killing the horror. So we don't get them. I've been doing these little events, elemental events, but we'll skip that by. I'll do that between the games. And let's see what the ultimate fate was of these guys. I mean, they did a lot better than I was expecting. I think when we lost our leader, that was kind of the tipping point, and the fact that we just couldn't get a break with on a few rolls. I mean, it goes both ways, doesn't it? I feel like we were quite lucky early on, but then later on our luck kind of ran out. So get me 5 little dice, and we're going to see what happens. Because again, this is exactly what happened in the last battle. We fought to the death, which means everybody rolls a casualty roll. Well, this is appropriate because Sephi, who we described as having their head ripped off, really did have their head ripped off. So Sephi is dead. I'm sorry, Sephi. So we can't use that unit for another battle. We can bring them back in 2 battles' time under a different name is my kind of compromise, because I'm realistic about it. Like, if you've got that real miniature, you want to use them. But it just means they have to be dead for at least 1 battle. These are both in a critical state, which is not good. So they have to roll or die. So Mr. Smile needs to get 4+, or he is dead as well. Mr. Smile is fine. Our leader needs to get a 3+. He's fine as well. Our Pathfinder, injured. So all that means is, if they get taken out of the next battle, they're truly dead. So it just means we need to like protect them in the next battle, really. And Berg is lost, which means he's going to show up late to the next battle. And we don't have to use him, so we could just leave him out next time, which I might do, to be honest. But I like these two. I like the Pathfinder, even though he's injured. So we're definitely going to be keeping these in. I might semi-retire Burke. We'll see. But I will now, well, in a moment I will save them so that we've got them ready, because we'll do another game, hopefully, potentially next Friday. I might do this as a regular stream, as a side to the usual stream. If you're not familiar with the usual Tuesday night streams, they are still happening at 9 PM GMT on Tuesday nights. And if you're interested in this game, in GRIMLITE, you can go to bastionland.com, and there's all the information about it there. It's a free PDF at the moment. It's all very much in development. But yeah, I think that was a fun playtest. I've got some thoughts there, but largely I'm pretty happy with the way that it's playing at the minute, and I do like that scenario, even though it's difficult. The thing to remember is this scenario especially is like extra difficult with solo, because it's kind of built for competing warbands, and if you were competing, there might be some fighting amongst yourselves, but you would probably stand a better chance of keeping the Forsaken under control as well. So thank you for watching. As always, you can go to bastionland.com, and you can support me on patreon.com/bastionland if you so wish. And until next time, I just realised that the end title card for this set of scenes is busted, so enjoy this broken off-air screen. Enjoy.